What up, folks? It's your man ANGGEON hitting you with a brand spanking new top 10. That's right. Today we're gonna do another countdown. Top 10 most underrated flows in hip hop. Alright, so before we go any further, I want to make sure to let you know the likes on this video, man. If you don't feel this video by the end of it, just go ahead and hit the unlike or dislike, whatever you want to call it. Thumbs down, no hard feelings, right? Alright, so before we go ahead and hop into this top 10 list, let me go ahead and give you a breakdown of what we're going to do. First, I'm going to let you know who the artist is, what city they're repping. Let me give you a description of their flow, and I'm going to quote one of their songs. So you guys let me know who you agree with or who you disagree with on my list, and let me know if I missed anybody. We're going to hop right into this. The top 10 most underrated flows in hip hop. Alright, starting off at number 10, we got Florida's own Denzel Curry. Now, his flow is fun, it's expressive, it's unpredictably impressive. Yo, this kid on the song Pyro, I love the Sango remix. He opens up, he says, "My bitch bad like battle rappers that make albums." That one, I don't know, it's just super tight the way he just starts it off with this energy and his flow. It just sounds super confident, and he has so much expression when he's rapping. On a bunch of different other songs that I've heard him on, he's kind of unpredictable. You don't know where he's gonna go, and he has this energy that just commands your ear. That's Denzel Curry, and we're gonna hop right into the next one. At number 9, we got New York City, coming straight out of Brooklyn, Mr. Joey Badass. Now, his flow is nostalgic, it's convincing, and it has this certain raspiness to it that makes you like it. On the track Ring the Alarm, his energy builds up with the beat, and he effortlessly just slides across the track as he hits this pre-chorus part. He says, "Born running with the baton, a ticking time bomb, niggas better ring the alarm." I love the way it just kind of punches and kind of hits the beat and the I don't know, man. If you know what I'm talking about, how the beat just his flow just kind of stabs into the beat. And it feels like you can feel it. You can feel the passion in how he's rapping. That's Joey Badass, man. He's number 9 on my list. We're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna keep it in Brooklyn. And this one is coming from more of an OG. This one, number 8 on my list, is LP, also known from Company Flow and Run the Jewels. Is where I really started listening to him. I heard a couple of his songs back in the day from underground hip hop. Scene in skateboarding and stuff like that. My rollerblader homies, they would play, especially the homeboy, my bro, the other half of us, the folks, Mr. Mandy, Mr. E equals MC. I'm pretty sure he used to play that LP back in the day in his old Honda. We used to call her Lucy. But anyway, LP's flow, his style, in his flow. It's very technical, it's enticing, and it always has this repeatability to it. On the Run the Jewels track, one of my favorites called Oh Mama, he kills it. He and Killer Mike, they're going back to back, and then he comes out of nowhere. He says, "You running out of ways to go fuck yourself, I will innovate." Oh man, I love that part. That's I don't know, something about the way he just connects with the beat. Maybe because he made the beat too. I realize that with some producers who also rap, they can connect with the beat a little bit stronger than we'll say maybe a featured artist or the co-artist that's on the track. But it's something about that, man. And it's something about LP's flow, man. It's very capturing. Every time I hear him rap, I'm like, what is he saying? Even if I don't understand what he's talking about, it just sounds very in the pocket every time. That's LP's number 8 on my list. We're gonna move right along and hop into number 7. We're coming to the city of Chicago to get this one. Coming straight out of the 90s, we got Mrs. So Def. I'm talking about the Brat. Yeah, she's also known from ATL too, but her voice and her flow is very adaptable. It outshines and it's very energetic. Man, on Sakatuni, the joint with Missy Elliott from back in the day, she goes nuts before she hits us with the slower flow that still hits very hard in the pocket somehow. She says, "I'm pedaling, pushing, picking up profits. For what I'm selling, never gonna stop. It's socking it to niggas, they rocking, they dropping them on the spot." Ah man, I fucking love that flow when she does that. The Brat, yo, she goes off on that track. If you never heard Sock It To Me before, you should go listen to it. And then Missy gets off too, yo. But the brat, there's something so exciting about that part when she starts going into her flow pockets, man. It's so dope. Shout out to the brat. She just had a kid at like age 48. Anyway, we're gonna hop in to number 6. And number 6 is an LA native. Believe it or not, I went to high school with this guy. I'm talking about Tyga, yo. His flow is so consistent and catchy, and it's smoothly hype on the track, man. Like, I don't know how he does it. He sounds like he's not trying too hard, but it gets you hype on that track. Blessed with Shenseea. He glides across the instrumental. He's like, when she see me, she feel like she hit the lottos. I didn't even do the flow right, but he just sounds so cool when he does it, man. That's Tyga. He's number 6 on my list, man. Let me know how you feel about the list so far, and go ahead and hit the like if you haven't already. We're gonna move right along with this list and hop into number 5. We go to the city where I was born, Compton, yo. And this flow, this dude's flow, you might know where I'm going. Alright, man. I think it's underrated because I don't really hear him get too much props about it. But the game, yo, the game. He is such a chameleon with his flow. It's very commanding and charismatic, man. On one of my favorite tracks is the documentary Part 2, which is produced by DJ Premier, aka Primo. That joint, game raps. I'll never ask another man for permission. I do me. Fuck the Illuminati. Rather ride around in hoopties. He goes off on this track, man. I swear to you. If you've never heard that joint before, the documentary Part 2, produced by Primo by The Game. Go check that joint out and tell me his flow ain't silly stupid on that, man. It ain't too crazy, but yo, it's dope. Anyway, we're gonna hop into number 4 of the most underrated flows in hip hop. I'm talking about my man from ATL. I'm talking about Ludacris, yo. His flow is so animated and majestic, and he's so skillful with it, yo. On the Red Light District intro, this dude, he raps, if you see me in your town and I appear to be movie, it's cause I'm thinking about plans that's bigger than Serena Booty. That part used to always strike me whenever I heard it. He goes off on that intro track. He seemed to have had a thing to just kill it on the intro track to let you know what he's about to do on these albums. Of course, he had the commercial hits. I never was like too big on his albums that much, but that intro track, when I heard that, I was like, yo, his flow is definitely underrated. Let me know what you feel about Ludacris and what you feel about his flow. And if you like any of his songs, hit me in the comments below. Let me know, yo. Because that dude, he's definitely underrated with the flow. We're gonna hop into number 3. Number 3, come back to my hometown, Los Angeles. We got, you know what, even closer than that, I'm from Gardena. Let's go to Ladera Heights. Let's go to Hawthorne. I'm talking about Tyler, the Creator, Mr. Odd Future himself. His flow is so masterful. It's adept, and it's also always compelling. I don't know how he does it. On his album Wolf, he has this track called Rusty, which is actually a track that I first heard when I was like, okay, I respect this guy, yo, because he said some stuff I was like totally relating to. Anyway, on Rusty, he raps about a bunch of topics. It's him, Damo Genesis, and Earl Sweatshirt who closes off the track, but Tyler gives us this middle verse where he says, what about me, bitch? I'm getting sick of complaints, but I don't hate it when I'm taking daily trips to the bank. That shit is so hard. Slap your mama if you think that part is not fucking hard, man. Tyler gets off on that track. He says some profound stuff about his beliefs and his things, that how people were treating him in the industry and how he's an underdog. And I was like, man, this skateboarding ass Nigerian nigga, this dude is off the chain with his flow. He's off the chain with his subject matter. He's off the chain with his production. Tyler, the Creator, is one of the greatest, and his flow is so underrated to me. Let me know what you think about Tyler, the Creator. Yo, we're gonna hop into number 2. Number 2, we're gonna take it kind of far here, all right? This one, we're flying over to the Caribbean. We're gonna stop in Jamaica for my man Sean Paul. Yo, I don't really hear him get too much props for his flow, or maybe I'm just not listening to people say stuff about him, but I guess we know him for his catchiness. But Sean Paul, man, he's very versatile with his flow. He has this dynamic energy and, I don't know, synergy with the beat, and it's very vigorous, man. on the track We Be Burning, he goes off, he says, "Cause we be promoting, supporting them, loving how we flow, can hear them shouting." I didn't do it completely right, but you know what part I'm talking about. That part is so hard, man. That whole song is hard and energetic, man. It gets me hyped anytime I hear it. Sean Paul, man, coming out of Jamaica. I don't know if you've ever seen his story, but I think I saw like a documentary on somewhere, one of these streaming sites, and it was telling me some background about Sean Paul. I was like, man, this is pretty impressive how he came up. And I might not understand all of the patois in the Jamaican lingo, but yo, he gets off every time he's on the track, man. Whether the track is slow, fast, energetic, a club banger, a love song, he's gonna sound clean with his flow. It's gonna be in certain pockets you're not even thinking of, and yo, it's always super catchy to me for some reason. Maybe that's why he be on them hit songs. That's number 2, Sean Paul. Let me know what you think about that. My man coming out of Jamaica, Kingston, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. We're gonna hop into number 1, but before we do that, go ahead and give this video a like if you didn't do it already. I appreciate you sticking with me so far. It's your man ANGGEON, and this is one of those top 10 countdowns, and we're talking about the most underrated flows. We're gonna get into number 1. All right, we recently had some sad news about my man about a week ago. He's one of my favorite rappers ever, and I think his flow is so incredible. I am talking about Mr. Cleveland, Ohio, Leatherface. I'm talking about Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. His flow is so influential, it's passionate, it's high octane. Man, one of my favorite songs of all time from this album, number 5, Emetrea by Crazy Bone. He produced the track 2, which samples The Art of Noise, Moments in Love from 1986, which was the year I was born. How iconic is that? Yo, Crazy Bone. Yo, man, he has one of the most underrated flows. And one of my favorite parts, the Emetrea song on this album, I love the whole song. You can just piece it apart and take out any part of the flow. I love it. And from the beginning, when he's just kind of hitting us with like refrains and stuff, until the part where he hits us with the outro, and then the middle part where the beat drops. Ah, man. He comes in, weaves out, gives us sing-songy, gives us rap, gives us hardcore, and then he just sounds so clean with it, man. It's your nigga Leatherface in the murder zone until the break of dawn, yelling and screaming and crazy. That's my name, making motherfuckers feel the pain. Time to die, come with Mr. Sawed Off Leatherface. What a hell of a day. Is it real? Nigga, tell me, is it real? Is it bullet and spray? This multi organization, we cause it much destruction. He used to do his finger like this. Yo, Crazy Bone, man, I hope he gets well soon. He had some issues with his sarcoidosis condition. So shout out to Crazy Bone, man. I think he has the number 1 most underrated flow in rap and hip hop, man. You let me know how you feel about that. Crazy Bone, shout out to him. Shout out to this list. Shout out to my folks. And like I said last week, I appreciate you for sticking with me through this countdown. It's your man ANGGEON. If you want to support me, you can go ahead and hit the link in the description below, or you can hit the link that's pinned in the comments, and you can get one of these sweaters or the one I had on last week. Go ahead, check out some of my music if you haven't done that. Follow me on Spotify and all that good stuff. It's your man ANGGEON. At us the folks on Twitter, aka X. I appreciate you sticking with me through this 15-minute long video. It's been another top 10 countdown. Let me know how you feel about it. Hit the thumbs up. It's your man ANGGEON. I'm out of here. Us the folks. Peace. The flow was just incredible. I swear to God.